If you live on planet Earth and are in possession of both eyes and ears, then you've either witnessed everyone talking about and playing Palworld, or you've been playing it for yourself. But if you're anything like me, there's 101 mistakes you're about to make simply because there's quite a lot that the game never tells you. Hi everyone, this is Jason from Realm Space Gaming, and today I'm showing you what I wish I knew before I started playing Palworld. Let's go! So first up is difficulty. This game takes after Ark Survival Evolved more than anything else. You do various things to get XP, to level up, to boost your stats, to unlock crafting recipes that let you progress to do more things, to get more XP, to level up even faster and unlock more recipes, and okay, you get the picture. And if you've played Ark Survival Evolved, you know just how much of a grind it can be. But thankfully for you, this isn't gacha gaming. We're not playing Warframe or Path of Exile, and you're here to have fun. So at least in your single player world, you can customize exactly how you want to play. I don't mean make it too easy for yourself. There's not much fun without a decent challenge after all. Maybe you do want to play on hard, but maybe you're not about that grind life, and that's okay. So boost the XP rate up to 1.5 or higher even. Nobody really cares. Do what you want with the sliders, and if you don't like it, if you think you maybe made it too easy or too hard, just come back and change it again later. Such a beautiful system, this. Next, character statistics. So you level up, you get stats, you put them where you want them, but choose carefully because you can't respec until you're level 43, and that's pretty damn far away. So if you're starting out in a new character, stick those early points into health, stamina, and carry weight limit. Because starting out, you're about as squishy as a balloon in Cactus Land, and you can't run for very long, and you can't carry very much, and pretty soon you'll wish you could do both of those things. Your pals will do most of the fighting and the work for you, so don't worry too much about damage or work speed. The next thing is that the tutorial wants you to build a base, and that's all very good and well, but you don't have to follow the tutorial right away. Instead, explore a little. You've got nothing to lose this early on. Get out there and find the secrets, activate some fast travel points, survey the land, find a nice spot to build a base. We'll get back to base building in a moment, but seriously, just go walk around, climb a few walls, take some colorful PAL Easter eggs from here, here, and here. You can incubate them later, open the treasure chests, just explore a bit before you settle down, and while you do, mark stuff on your map. You'd think that that would be something more advertised, that you can have a bunch of map markers, but no, it's really not. Very useful though, highly recommend it. Then there are the pals themselves. Which ones should you be catching? Well, the answer is actually all of them. Yeah, like, catch them all. And no, not because of Pokemon. In this case, you're catching them for experience points. And you're going to want to catch each one 10 times because that's how you get the most. Also, you're going to need their stuff. Literally. Some of them drop fluids, some drop leather or wool, and they don't just drop them when you pop them, they also drop their drops when you catch them. So make sure you keep a lot of Pal Spheres on you, and every time you see something new, go ahead and catch it. Not to mention, later on you'll see a Pal Condenser, and you'll be blending a lot of the same type of Pal into a Pal Smoothie to make another of the same Pal a lot stronger. So keep on catching. Another thing that comes to mind is the party itself. That is, who should you have in your party? You need a strong pal if you're taking on a boss or taking down another dangerous pal, but for most of the early game, you just ought to take whoever is most useful to you specifically in that scenario. If you think you have a decent fighter pet in your party, then take another one as a mount and take the rest for utility. Now then, let's have a chat about base building. When you build a base, it's only a matter of time before you start getting raided. And nobody on the internet seems to know exactly what the trigger for raids is, or why some of them are just plain unfair. But NPCs cannot come and raid your base if there's no base to raid. So don't rush into it. You can still build some basics without a base, and when you do start looking for a spot to plop your base down, there are two main things you want to be looking for. Ore and Peldium. You want these things in the radius of your base so that when you go capture a mining capable pal with at least 2 levels in the mining skill, they can mine the ore and Peldium too. It's also nice to try and get some stone and trees in the base radius. You can build workstations to mine those regardless of where your base is when you unlock them later, but it's nice to have some starting out. Your base is also a fast travel point, so don't go slapping it down next to one just for that benefit, because you're going to have it anyway. Oh yes, and another note about those raids. While you can turn them off in the difficulty settings if you really want to, we recommend you don't. Raiders drop a whole lot of loot when you defeat them, so it's kind of like you're being attacked by an angry FedEx employee. Of course, raiders also burn your base down sometimes, and you really don't want that, so try to get smart with your base placement and put it somewhere that's not so easy to raid. Now then, let's fast forward a bit. Say you've found a place with the good stuff and you think it's defensible against raids, you're getting ready to build a home worthy of grand designs, and
Nope.
first up, you're not running a hotel. Don't bother building rooms for all the pals you plan to collect. You know where they sleep?
Outside!
Pals gotta work, and that means they need to be able to get from the pal box, which is in the center of your base, to wherever it is that they need to work. They've also gotta eat, they've gotta sleep, and occasionally they need to relax in a hot tub so that the sad reality of their new life doesn't depress them. And no, that actually wasn't a joke. Take a look at this one. Look at him go. Anyway, to do all of this, your pets need to get from place to place, and they can't do that if you're busy rebuilding the city of Babylon around them. So, keep your pets outside, keep the distances they have to travel relatively short, and keep obstacles out of their way, and they'll reward you by not pathing around like Bethesda NPCs. Speaking about pathing and pal work, all of the farming and gathering your pals are doing is gonna be dropping lots of items on the ground. You might think, hey, pals are smart, right? They're gonna pick up that wood and stone and go put it in the nearest other box containing wood and stone. I too believed this when I still had hope, but the truth is, pals will simply stick whatever they've picked up in the closest available storage they can find. Sometimes. Other times, they will find another storage, seemingly at random. That's why, if you're smart, you'll be sure to place a crate next to each harvesting station, as that's the closest you'll come to having any kind of sorted inventories. They'll harvest and take it straight there, most of the time anyway. Crafting and building will detect items in chests within the base, so you won't have to go digging just to find the stuff to do crafting. And speaking of crafting, you're going to be spending quite a bit of time at your base crafting stuff, checking out your pal box, or making it look all nice and comfy. And there's another thing that the game never really made a big deal about that's important here, and that's that you can summon one of the pals from your party when you're in the circle of your base, and they'll join the workforce without counting towards your maximum pal count at the base. Speaking of your pals that are out at the base, those ones that you've got working from the pal box, yeah, well, they need to eat, and boy do they get hungry. Look at them munching and munching. You could go get a whopping big pile of food to feed them with, but they eat it faster than you think, and when they don't, it's busy spoiling anyways. Keep at least 2 of those slackers working on planting, harvesting, and watering something like a berry crop to keep the food chain going, else before you know it, you're going to have an involuntary hunger strike on your hands, and you don't want that. Finally, there is a pal called a Vixie. Now, I wish I had known this when I started, and I found it very much by accident, but apparently if you stuff a Vixie in the ranch and start farming them, they appear to find pal spheres like it's nobody's business. And I do mean that. You'll be swimming in them before you know it, and I don't think you'll even know what to do with all of them. This is quite the powerful early starting boon, considering that pal spheres are not the cheapest thing in the world to make, and they can be quite time consuming to keep making at the rate that you're going to need to be using them. So, my last tip for you is get some Vixies, stick them in the ranch, and enjoy the harvest. That is all of the things I wish I knew before I started playing Palworld. If you like this, drop us a like and subscribe to let us know you'd like to see more Palworld, and we'll get back to you with the best information quickly and let you jump straight back into gaming. I also encourage you to check out our Discord server, a passionate and growing community of gamers. It's a place to have fun, talk about games, and connect with this lovely community at Realm Space Gaming. My name is Jason, thanks for watching, and don't forget to enjoy the rest of your day.